Welcome to the Van Gogh room. Tonight, I was just going to smoke a pipe, pack a pipe and smoke it and have a little drink with you, but what I want to do is, well, first of all, here's to you. This is I'm still working on this right here. The Kirk and Sweeney 12 year. I like it a lot. Square shot glass. For those of you that are new, you know why I use the square shot glass, right? Can you see that? So I'm not drinking through my stash. Ever since I decided to go full David Crosby on the stash, I can't get it out of the way of things that I drink. So I use a square shot glass, and I just drink from the corner, and it goes in my mouth without going through the mustache. I also have, where is it? Oh, a square espresso cup as well. So when I have a little cup of espresso out here, through the corner, that way it goes into the mouth, not through the beard or the mustache. I'm going to put some bitters in the rum tonight. This one is apricot. This is from my buddy Chris. Half a dropper full. I'm telling you, do you guys like bitters at all in your drinks? As you know, I'm not a slammer. I'm not really a mixed drink guy. This used to last me 2 days. There was a time when this would last 2 days. Now this will last me 2 months because I only drink a shot at a time, and all I do is sip it. So, and I enjoy it so much more. My vices, they're not even in moderation. They're lower than moderation. So, stunning. I wish he would go into business. He could quit his job by making this. This is an amazing thing for those that love their adult beverages and their spirits. A couple drops of bitters really does. It's not making it into a mixed drink, and it's just enough to enhance the flavor if you really like the flavor of rum and bourbon and whiskey, that type of thing. Well, I was going to smoke a pipe tonight, which I am going to do. But the teacher in me says, let's try something else. So, tonight's Cult Blood Red Moon. I know some people will see the word cult and get all freaked out, but that's the brand. And Blood Red Moon tobacco is kind of a cherry-ish, vanilla-ish, caramel-ish. It's probably one of the better aromatics. You can take a look at can you see that? See the cut? It's nice. I was just going to have a pipe with you and not even talk, just have a pipe. I was going to say, join me for a pipe, which I will do. Join me for a pipe and a cigar sometime. I don't know what I'm going to call that. It won't be Beards Without Borders, because there won't be any talking. It'll be more of a ASMR type of activity. Try it. Cult Blood Red Moon. You'll really like it. Now, let me just fire this up real quick. Magnificent. You get a couple different hits when you smoke a pipe. And when I say hits, I mean aromatic hits. The smell that's coming up through your nostrils. So the taste of it in your mouth, and then what you're smelling from the outside going in. It's just a great experience. Tonight, Weird Beard. Shirt, captain's hat, 2 oil lanterns to give it a different ambiance. More of a fire lit glow. But this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to see, like, ever since I grew the beard, especially the big beard, I do like smaller pipes because I like the smell of various aromatic and English blends in my beard. And I used to smoke really short pipes because I like that smoke as they in the poem "The Night Before Christmas," Santa smoked a pipe and always had a wreath of smoke around his head or around his face. And I like that wreath of smoke. It's nice. But the problem is when you have a huge beard, the flame lighting it is really close to the beard. And I thought, my God, with the oil and the balm in the beard, and if you use any other stuff, that it's going to become like Walter White's Winnebago. Let me put it that way. I already feel like this is Walter White's Winnebago in the Van Gogh room. Breaking Bad fans know what that's all about. But I don't want the flame near me, especially since I let the stash go and the beard is everything is coming out from my face. So we're going to conduct an experiment. In my brush, up in the bathroom, there's white hair from the white beard. Everybody loses hair. And I just actually went into the brush and picked out some of the white hair and just twisted it. You can see there's probably about 20 strands in there. So just twisted it up. And this is the brush you've seen in many videos where I will comb and then I brush. So, so it's got oil and balm in it. So the hair that I pulled out is covered with oil and balm. And most of your beard balms are made with beeswax and shea butter and essential oils. And you'll notice I have an oil lamp here because the oil burns. Now that's a petroleum product, but even non-petroleum oil does burn if it has a flame source, a heat source. All right, so this is what I want to do. You're going to think I'm crazy for this. Now, I saw these on sale, these like really long, those long, really long matches, like in the hardware store. Like this box was like $1, so I got like 2 boxes. I love them, they're kind of cool. Just put that over here. I want to see how flammable, and you know what, let me get some water here, just in case. Make sure my jug of water is nearby. It could be disastrous, who knows. Oil lamps, propane tank, butane lighters, wax, a beard. Recipe for disaster, right? So this is what I'm going to do. I got a pie tin. I usually use these pie tins as reflectors. You can see I put a pie tin over the oil lantern. It not only reflects light downward, making the ceiling dark, but it also collects a lot of heat. If you put your hand above an oil lantern, the heat above it is amazing. So having an oil lantern or two in the Van Gogh room when it's 10 degrees in the wintertime, it can literally, in this room here, because I got the vents blocked off, one vent is open for a little airflow, and I have a window behind me, so sometimes I just crack that at the bottom. You're hearing the train right now through that. Anyways, what was I talking about? Wow, that's a first. I totally lost my train of thought. So I block everything off, and the oil lamps. They do raise it up. I have a thermometer on the wall, and they will raise it anywhere between 3 and 5 degrees. When you look at the heat above an oil lamp, an oil lantern with the wick where you turn it up, It's a flat wick. It's not like those little restaurant wicks that are just like a little round rope, like a string thing. This is like a 1 inch wide wick. And what's interesting is they give off so much. I mean, literally, you put your hand close to the top of that thing, your hand will burn. I can just feel the heat. It's amazing. So that's one of the reasons why I like oil lanterns. I keep a vent open for a little fresh air and release of smoke and that kind of stuff. So that's why I put the pie tin over the oil lantern. All right, so pie tin, the little strand of hair with let me just go like this. The strand of hair with balm and wax. Now, can you see it in there? Can you see that? That's my beard hair. I've got about 10 inches or so from bottom of, I mean, this just goes way down. Now, let's just see what happens. How ignitable is my beard? I don't have any, this is just my normal daily beard. And I'm out here smoking a pipe tonight, so. Okay, let that burn down. Now let's just see something here. Oh, look at that. Do you see that? Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that? It is like, oh, wow, wow, wow. Holy cow. It was burning like a fuse. Did you see that? It was just like in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, man. I'm telling you, that thing was like, I had to put it down quick and kind of shake it out. Wow. Beard hair, obviously. Hair melts real quick. It literally, when it comes near a flame, it just like shrivels up and just disappears. You've seen that, you've smelled it before. But hair does not work like a wick. Hair doesn't work like a fuse. But apparently, long beard hair, my beard hair, about 20 strands twisted together into a string over a pie tin. All the hairs have a little bit of oil, a little bit of balm, because I pulled them out of my brush, lit it up, and it went, and I had to put it down before it burnt my finger. Wow. So, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do an experiment like that before. So, the reason why I smoke a pipe where the flame is here, as opposed to here, can you see a difference? Keep the flames away from your face. I know when I'm smoking a cigar, I'm over I'm not doing this. I'm kind of like over it. So it will have to burn my fingers before it gets to, my fingers are between the glowing ember of the cigar and my beard hair. Because I like smoking a cigar down to about like 1.5 inches. Maybe an inch at the shortest. My grandfather used to take what was left of his cigars and put them in a pipe and then smoke them because he didn't want to waste the tobacco in the cigar. After 4 or 5 cigars, you have 4 or 5 inches and you have a whole cigar. Interesting, huh? That was the old school immigrant mentality where you didn't waste anything. And I don't like wasting anything now, but everything was valued. Wow. My beard hair was like a fuse, like in a cartoon. See the difference between a bent stem pipe and a straight pipe. When it comes to a straight pipe, I know I'm giving you information you probably never thought of before. You really got to clench it, and it kind of, the weight of it kind of, you don't really bite down on it. You don't want to clench it too much. You just like kind of let it teeter. But when you have, and that's a straight. When you have something that's bent, that little bent area right there goes right on your bottom lip, like so perfect. And it's a matter of just comfort, and also too for people that like the look. I think the British, the Australians, they like bent pipes. I even have bent 80-year-old meerschaum. Isn't that nice? That used to be white, not in my lifetime, but this belonged to the father of a friend of mine. It's been sanitized and reconditioned. I love it. But I notice in Europe, England, Scotland, Australia, you guys like your bent pipes. The straight pipes, this is like an American thing, like the businessman, that whole, and they're, it's all about looks. I just don't know always about the practicality. A lot of times if I'm sitting here like this and I'm not clenching, I'm holding the pipe. And then backing off. But the weight of the pipe is in my hand, not in my mouth. Now with a bent, it's kind of a practical thing. It's a comfort thing. Remember that one time I made the lamp rock a little bit? I said, let's pretend we're on a ship, and I went like this. If I had a rocking chair and I heard the creaking of wood, that would just make it much more realistic. I was had breakfast at Cracker Barrel with my brother Vinny yesterday morning, and you know how they have at the restaurants, if you've ever gone to a Cracker Barrel restaurant, they're great for breakfast. They have rows of rocking chairs, and they have the kind with the wooden slats, and then they have the kind with like a rattan wicker kind of woven kind of thing. And I sat on both, and I know a lot of times the ones with the slats are meant to have pads tied onto them as well, but just feeling the hard slats on my bottom and the hard slats on my back, I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like that feeling. So when I sat in the one with the woven wicker, there was like a little crunching, that crunchy sound that wicker makes, and my butt just sank right in it. My back, it like formed to my back, and I know it probably wears out faster, but my gosh, it was comfortable. And as it was rocking, it wasn't making any noise because it seemed like that the shock absorption ability of the wicker kind of like it took the shock of rocking, just like this, just light rocking, as opposed to the wooden slat ones, which every rock was like, and it was like it wasn't absorbing my weight as well as the wicker. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing. I was rocking on the wicker chair silently, but on the slat chair, it was very noisy. Useless information, but. It's an 18-inch tavern pipe. It's clay. This, smoking out of this, your beard would be really safe. You could use a torch, a blowtorch, to light your pipe with this one. Clay pipes. Some night I'll smoke a clay pipe out here. I do like clay pipes. For you pipe smoker guys, do you enjoy the clays? I really do. The pie tin and that beard hair, holy cow. That's half the length that it was. See that thing just like psst. That was a trip watching that. And plus it was like sticky from the balm, so it was like sticking to my finger, so I was panicking. Imagining, like that flame just comes right to my fingers. But wow, that's a trip. Do not try that at home. I'm begging you. I know someone's going to try this in their house. This is not my house. This is a tool shed outside. It's in my backyard. Well, we did answer the question that balmed and oiled hair is quite flammable and stays burning. So it's not like if you get a flame near your face, the hair just goes, just like shrivels up and just like falls off. If you are balmed and oiled and there's flame, it would be harder to put that out. It doesn't consume the hair as fast as the oil, the beeswax, and all that stuff. So basically your hair becomes like a wick or a fuse. So think about that. Learn something new every day, don't you? Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thanks for spending time with me. You're good dudes. And dudettes. I know there's women that watch this too. And my family, and my kids, and my exes. Guarantee it. Have a good one.